Good morning again. This is Spirit Journey, and this is going to be a commentary on a video I did a couple of months ago this year. And the video was about my noticing the demographic change in New York City where I live. And I mentioned in the video that I noticed that the number of whites that live in New York City are diminishing, and I was wondering where they're going. Now, I've been receiving a lot of comments on the video. Now, my doing the video was not to mock white people, but to mention trends, and when you see change, and our country is going through a lot of changes, and in my spirit journey, I'm allowing myself to notice changes or trends and wondering what the changes mean. What is the significance of these changes? Now, I've heard many pejorative things, pejorative comments that were given to that video. A lot of people using the N-word and just really hostile things. Now, I did the video a couple of months ago, but I never mentioned in the video, I don't think I mentioned in the video, blacks and whites, per se, and making it like an antagonism of black people against whites. You're just mentioning that I noticed that where is this group moving to? Where are they? What's happening to them? And I'm sincere about it. So I just wanted to get that out there. If people who were using the N-word and hostilities and pejorative statements about black people and why you want to get away from black people. Now, interesting enough, that New York City has a decreasing number of black people. So it's not like the surgence of black people and the white people are leaving. Not at all. In fact, New York City has fewer and fewer black people. But what I do notice is that New York City has a large number of people of color. So like when you take the subway, who do you see? And so that's what caught my attention, because I went to visit family, and I noticed that there were no whites on the train. But of course, we have a lot of tourism, and many of the tourists are white. But local whites, using the general population, general transportation, you don't see them. And in the stores, it's just like what I mentioned in the video. So even though the people who wrote the comments, now it would be nice that people who are from New York City, whites who lived here and moved, I encourage them to comment to that video to explain, hey, what was happening? Why did you leave? But the people who are commenting on the video are, I think, they're just trolls. People just want to antagonize. And again, my videos and my channel is not about antagonizing, but about awareness, my personal awareness, and for others to become aware of what's happening around them, because some things could actually be a sign of danger, and for you to be aware so you could take action to protect yourself. That's my main goal. So I don't want anyone hurt or victimized in anything, but I see change that's happening in New York City. So again, that you have people who are leaving, but as a reminder, let me know that a lot of blacks are leaving too. But I knew about blacks moving out from New York City some years ago, at least in 10 years ago actually, that was 2007. I was studying nutrition, and we had to read a lot of articles and read statistical things. And so in that, we had to know about, who lives where, the demographics, and how people are going to render, um, certain programs, nutrition programs, or awareness programs to people. So you have to know who lives where. So that's when I saw the the statistics of blacks leaving New York City, and primarily they're going back down south where their families are from. They had enough with New York City, and they want to just have a simpler lifestyle. That's my interpretation of it. Or maybe there were new job opportunities. Who knows? But so I don't think I mentioned that. But so you have that demographics leaving. So for whites to say we're leaving New York City, or most of the people did not say that they were white, just maybe one or two. So I don't know who the others were. They could be any race. I believe that some of the people are pretending to be a member of a particular, I think they're pretending to be white people. That's just my personal opinion, but I could be wrong. But either way, they're saying this. So if you're running away from black people, even though black people are moving out, so it doesn't make sense. So why the anger? Examining your anger. Some of them made mention about welfare, that black people are welfare people and Section 8, blah, blah, blah. Real stereotype things. Now, welfare and Section 8 is for any demographics, any race. It's a needs program. It's about money. And a lot of people and a lot of whites lost money, are losing their jobs all over the United States. And many of them are on food stamps. And many of them have Section 8. That's not just for black people or Hispanics. So the person that's saying that is just revealing how foolish they are. If you lose your job and you find out about this program, food stamps, or the WIC program, if you're a pregnant woman or a woman with young children under the age of 5, you're going to use that free money to buy food, right? So this whites leaving New York City, it just seemed to be a sore spot for some people. They say, why is it a sore spot for some people who watch that video? You see something happening. What is happening in New York City? Where they're going to? That's a very important thing to know, where someone is going. Because if you have a group that is the main structure of commerce, I'm talking about, and government, and if they're leaving, who's replacing it? So that's important to know. And is the replacement going to take care of you, your needs? Are they going to look out for you? Are they going to educate you? Are they going to protect you? These are questions that I have, and that's why I put out the video. Because what happens to them will eventually happen to you, those who aren't of that race. So this is important to know. So rather than getting hostile and saying prejudiced things to harm, let's examine why the demographics change. So that's all that I have to say. And again, you're free to comment below, but no curse words. My channel is a curse word free channel. No curse words. Respect the video just as I respect you, the viewer. And it's okay to have a difference in opinion. Each one teach one. I don't know everything, but you may know something that I don't know, and you may be able to share. And so all this stuff with the the different events that happen in New York City. So far in New York, there were um, two vehicles that were used to run down people. One was in Times Square, and the other one was on the West Street. All these things happening. And then you have other events that's happening in the States. You know, now the school shooting in Texas. I'm sorry, I meant to say church shooting in Texas. And then the Las Vegas shooting. These are all what I call wildfires. They're all distractions to get you fearful. And it's being done deliberately, in my opinion, to make, in particular, the white demographics afraid that that the terrorists are attacking things that represent mainstream white America. And so that with this fear, you may then want to allow the government to enforce new laws that are going to take away your freedoms. And I think that's all what all this stuff is about. So yes, whites are, at least the number of whites in New York City that live here, not the tourists, are moving or decreasing. But where you're running to, you're not free there also. The latest shooting that was in Texas, that's in a predominantly white area. And it's in a rural area. Everybody knows everybody according to the videos on the story. So you're not free there. And that's why they're doing these things now. The media is showing these things or these attacks. Mainstream white cultural events, a white church, a country music festival. These are all things that represent white mainstream America or just America. And they're targeting you. So I'm sharing this for awareness because all these things are happening for a reason. And it's to put fear in you so that you'll do something foolish or allow someone to make foolish laws. That was their whole purpose behind these staged events. I think a lot of these events are staged. It doesn't make any sense, but they're here. And I heard that there's a law that was passed in 2013, HR something, and it gives the government a right to propagandize events or to do to stage events for an agenda. I hope I could link that law that was passed in this video if I can find it. So that's all that I have to say. And again, each one teach one. You know something, say something. Cheer for all of us, regardless of your race, nationality, religion. Don't believe all the things you see and keep calm and know that it's not all real. Okay? So take care and enjoy.